Given the experience that we've had with online during this pandemic, what do you see as the role of online for education in the future?
I mean, it's something that I deal with my own kids at school. I mean, I think number one, we have to view online education as not only just this idea of front loading the education for, say, a college student or a graduate student or a PhD student, but we have to look at online education as something that will remain with the individual for the rest of their life. I mean, this idea of lifelong learning, I think, is critical and for us to be able to skill and reskill our workforce as we have new jobs and new sectors that are created here in the state. And then secondly, as I mentioned earlier, I think we have to pay real careful attention to the quality of the online experience. I mean, I think if you look at surveys of college students that have had online classes, they don't rank very high. But I mean, part of the challenge, I think, is because we've had this sudden and abrupt change in how we educate our children. And so I think that the good news is we're going to have this whole generation that's going to go through online education. They've already gone through it in the spring. May go through it in the fall, but I think it'll prepare them when they have to go back and get credentialed or re-credentialed 10 years from now, or trying to learn a new skill.
The greatest lesson that's come from the online education of public school students, or all students for that matter, is the greater appreciation that parents have developed for teachers. I mean, because parents have had to learn how to become teachers in a very complex society, dealing with subjects that are much more advanced than what those parents experienced at their same ages coming through school. But directly to your question, we were moving toward an online society anyhow. And, when you make multi-million-dollar expenditures online, whether you're buying a house or the various other things that people buy online now, we realize how internet dependent we were becoming, but at a slower pace. And this pandemic has put it on steroids. I think that it's going to be with us. But at the same time, we got to realize the long-standing issues that the use of technology has put before us again. When I think that there's almost 200,000 public school students in the state who don't have reliable internet connections, we go back to the whole question of broadband.